everyone, this is Bazzoka. Welcome to one of my videos, and welcome to Random Ramblings. How'd you guys like the TF2 talk? It's kind of something that I felt like it should have been named something else, because it wasn't really random, it was very concise, pretty much, and it was more informational, kind of stuff like that. If I do remake the Metagun video, I'm gonna call it TF2 Talk. And I'm gonna have to re-record the footage, that way it's in 60 frames per second. Just like this video, I have been recording stuff in 60 frames per second recently. Surprisingly, it doesn't take double the amount of space as I thought it would have, and it also doesn't take longer to render or upload, which is kind of interesting. But it does take a little bit more time to process to YouTube, but that's a different thing entirely, I suppose. Anyway, so the thing that you guys came here for, most likely, and or just watching just because, the Dead Ringer and the L'étranger nonsense that I was, you know, kind of talking about. So, just to go over it, the L'étranger gives plus 40% cloak duration. Alright, that's kind of like a, you know, that's fine. It's easy to understand. The Dead Ringer also has a natural plus 40 cloak duration to it in the gunmetal update. So, just the Dead Ringer by itself, it technically has 14 seconds of cloak, technically speaking, but because of the activation, the negative 50% cloak, when you activate it, or when it is activated, it goes down to 7, so you're only cloaked for 7 seconds, but you technically have 14 seconds of cloak time, at least in the meter. So, with the L'étranger, you'd think, okay, maybe it's additive, so it has 18 seconds, and you cut it in half, it's 9 seconds. No, that's not it. Maybe it's multiplicative, maybe you do the 10 seconds, and then 40% of that is 14, and then 40% of that is 19.4. Just, no, it's not that. It's not 19.8 seconds, it's not that either. It's not even the 40% of the initial 40% value that you get, so it's not 10%, or it's not 10 seconds, and it's not, okay, sorry. It's not 40 seconds, I'm mixing up my words. It's not 40% of 10 seconds, and then 40% of the 4 seconds that you got from the first percentage. So it doesn't equate to 15.6 seconds. So you guys are probably asking, okay, so you said it was 16.4 seconds for the Dead Ringer. That's the total time that it has. You must be wondering, how does that even make any sense at all? It doesn't really, given the information. See, here's what I'm thinking is happening. It's the first 40%, so let's say the Dead Ringer's 40% cloak duration is applied as normal, so it's, you know, 14 seconds at that point. The second 40% is eaten. It's not 40% anymore. It's actually roughly 17%, although I say it's 16% because it makes more sense with the explanation that I'm going to give. So, it's like somehow the 40% is only 40% of its actual value. So if you do 40% of 40, that's 16, so that'd be 16%. And that's the only explanation I can give that makes any sort of sense, but at the same time, it doesn't make any sense because that just, like, why would that even happen in the first place? That makes, I don't get it. And even though it is actually 17, it's closer to 17%, it would give 16.38. Yeah, it's close enough to 16.4. But yeah, so it's also really interesting because I searched around on the internet to see if anyone else had noticed this this oddity with the Dead Ringer and the L'étranger, and it was like, I only found one thing, and it was a Reddit post, and they said okay, so I did stuff, and it roughly equated to 1.1 seconds of cloak duration increase. I'm like, okay, that's that's close enough to what I have. 8.2, that'd be roughly, 1.2 seconds increase. Okay, it's 0.1 off from what I got. But they also said, like, they did the math, and they got that, and I'm like, I don't have a Reddit account, so I didn't even bother, like, trying to question it, but it's just like, how? Because I don't understand. How could they have possibly done the math when it doesn't even make sense to me? Like, I literally spent, like, weeks trying to figure this out. Like, okay, it's not additive, it's not multiplicative, it's not the value, it's not the percentage of the value of the first percentage value. It's just like, how is the second 40% being eaten? And I even talked to one of my friends who is a math teacher. He teaches math for a living, so I couldn't possibly go wrong with that. And the only explanation that he has is that there is, like, a hidden decaying effect, or like some other thing that is decreasing the values to make it so it's 16.4 seconds instead of like 19.8 or 18 seconds. So, like, I've sent in an email to the TF2 team asking this question, like, is there a hidden decay value? Is there a hidden diminishing returns kind of thing? Or am I missing, like, some sort of pivotal, important mathematical step that I just don't understand? Because I'm pretty sure just given the information, plus 40% of 10, and then plus 40% of 10 again, is just like, there's only so many ways that you can go around doing that before it just stops making sense. And like, I only figured out the three: additive, multiplicative, and then the percentage of the initial percentage that you get, and none of those match up with 16.4. So I don't understand. If there's anyone out there who does understand, then please let me know and explain it in, like, the simplest terms possible, because I did realize in the Medigun Uber charge build rate, someone explained to me that charge rate literally means charge rate and not how fast it fills, like, not how long it takes. Like, an increase of charge rate doesn't mean a decrease of charge time, if that makes any sense. Anyway, he had to explain it, and then I had to get my brother to explain it to me, because I'm like, what does he mean by that? And I eventually did figure it out. I had to type it out. I had to write it out myself, like, okay, Uber charge rate means literally Uber charge rate. It made me feel kind of silly, kind of absurd. Like, oh, how did I not figure out that's what he meant? Like, of course that's what he meant. It's just, okay, anyway. So yeah, there's the Dead Ringer nonsense. Dead Ringer with L'Étranger nonsense. I figured it would be better to leave it out of the TF2 time, the TF2 Talk video, because that's more informational. If they include another watch, or they fix up the Dead Ringer, I want to know your guys' opinion if I should do one of two things. Should I keep it as talking? Like, should I just keep talking? Or, no, several things, actually. So, okay, should I keep talking with, like, the informational kind of stuff? Should I talk very little? Like, next up, Dead Ringer. That's it, that's all I say. Moving on to the next thing. Next up, Dead Ringer cloak with the cloak and dagger. I don't understand why there's two things, but you get it. Should I, like, talk very minimally, or should it all just be text? Should it all just be text on the screen? And that's all it is. So if I were to do another TF2 time, or TF2 talk, should it be my usual commentary, minimal commentary, like just bare bones commentary, or just no commentary, text only. I want to know what you guys think of that. Or, I suppose as kind of a different thing, commentary that only pertains to the information. Like, my normal commentary is kind of all over the place, as you guys know, which is why I make random ramblings, because I'm so bad and I wing everything. And then the like bare bones minimal stuff is just saying, like, just barely anything. Just the weapon names, and then maybe some other stuff. I don't know. Maybe bare bones would tie into like the stats, me saying stats, and that's it. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think of TF2 Talk, and if I should do maybe more things. It might replace random ramblings from time to time. Man, every time I want to make a random ramblings of my own topic, something else just pops up, and like I want to do that, but there is certainly something that I want to talk about soon. But like, this is already getting kind of long for random ramblings, and I just really wanted to get the Dead Ringer and L'Étranger information out there. It's just doesn't make any sense. Why doesn't it make any sense? Someone please explain it to me. And have it make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, then I'm gonna disregard it as like, okay, that's nonsense, please stop. Because this is a legitimate thing. I don't play Spy. You guys know that I barely play Spy. I don't like playing as Spy, but this is like big information. Like how many spies know? How many spy mains actually know that the Dead Ringer and the L'Étranger don't work properly together? Like, the Dead Ringer works fine on its own. The L'Étranger works with the other watches just fine, as you saw in the TF2 talk. But like, together, there is some kind of diminishing returns. There is some kind of decaying effect that is taking place with the two working together somehow for some reason. And maybe I'll put up another random ramblings if the TF2 team gets back to me with an email or something, and they say something about it. I don't know. But in any case, this is getting pretty long, so I thank you guys so much for watching and listening to what I have to say about just silly Dead Ringer nonsense that I myself don't even really care too much about. Like, as a spy, like as a player who doesn't even play Spy that much, I don't really care that much, but like as a mechanical thing, I care very deeply about it. Anyway, so next time, or I will see you guys later. Next time will definitely be leave a loadout, which yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm having a brain fart as to what to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. I already said that. Have a great day and a good night. Bye.